Hello and welcome to another video on the Ginger Geordie Biker channel, and today you join me in my workshop. I've had it for 2 years, you haven't seen it yet, and yeah, I've just got to the point where I'm happy to actually do quite a lot of work in this. I've got two massive workbenches here, got heating, got fully insulated walls, everything, and all my lights are all set up, so I am happy as Larry. But enough about the shed. Today I'm going to be kicking off my latest project, which is a race orientated Suzuki A100. I'm not going to be using the bike I've got at the moment, which is my totally unrestored example in pristine condition. That's staying the way it is. There will be some videos coming on that because I have to do a bit of engine servicing on it. I've got all the parts there, clutches, bearings, oil seals. That's to come when I get a break in my kind of run-outs and shows that I've got that booked in for. So that's all in the works. However, this one is, again, like I say, A100, but trying to get it tuned and looking a bit racy. Now, it's not far out the realms of reality either, because Suzuki did do a tuning kit for the A100 back in the late 60s, and this was more towards the scrambling side of things, and reading up on it, these bikes did very well. They managed to tune the engine from 9 horsepower all the way up to around 21 horsepower, depending on how aggressive the tuning they went with. And the kit came with an expansion chamber, cylinder head, I think, some race piston, and a few other bits. But it also came with a complete manual, basically detailing all the mods you could do with the engine to get it up towards that horsepower and also make it more reliable for racing. Now, with this in mind, I need another A100, but the fact of the matter is I already have one. Back around about 10 years ago, I think, I bought one, and this was as a donor bike for the 100 that I've got now, and I only bought it for the barrel because I needed one. It was 70 quid, it was a full bike, and I've still got all the parts, including the frame, including the full engine, which I didn't fully strip down, and all the bits and bobs. Don't get me wrong, some of the bits are far gone to use, such as the wheels and the front suspension, but a lot of it is still standing. One of the bits is obviously the frame. Light as a feather as well. These bikes are, like I say, fully built up, 83 kilos, and the frame is basically just stamped steel and is as light as a feather. This, for being stood outside for the last 3 years, I've cleaned off a bit of muck, but it's in absolutely outstanding condition. The only problem is I don't have any documentation for this, and I don't have the reg number, which is a bit of a problem. The seller said he would send it to us, he never found it, and I'm in the position now, 10 years down the line, I've basically got a frame without any reg or documentation. The only thing I do have though is the chassis number, or the frame number I should say, and engine numbers, which do match between them. I have checked, and I have gone out to a few resources to try and get my hands on the reg and documentation. I shouldn't really do too much to this frame until I've got my hands on it, because obviously I need that to try and make it road legal, so it's a bit reluctant. I'm going to fully strip it though and kind of show you a few bits I'm going to mod to it. Also, the frame number is quite unique. It is quite a nice round number, so I do really want to get this frame and all of its documentation together again, because that would make things a lot easier. But along with the frame, I have also got the engine. Now, this engine here, when I got the bike, there we go. Like I say, in the whole scheme of things, these are not heavy. The only thing I did to this engine, and I did a full video on it back in the day, was I took the top end off to nick the barrel and the piston, which were, when I measured them, still of standard measurement. They hadn't been overbored, they hadn't been changed whatsoever. The barrel that's on at the moment is from my Suzuki, the original barrel, which was overboard to 2mm and then seized again. I didn't have much more wiggle room, so I've had to kind of swap them between the two bikes. However, I've got a chappie who's going to be supplying us a pile of parts for this project, including expansion chambers, ported barrels, a different cylinder head, a lot of trick parts that hopefully, from what he says, could actually get us nudging onto the 20 horsepower. The other thing I'm going to have to think of is also reliability, because even though I want to get as much power out of it as I can, I really want to be able to get this on the road without having to worry about things seizing and so on and so forth, even though I think I've seized my A100 around about 4 times. 2 of them, however, weren't my fault, but because the stator actually moved, but by the by. So that's going to be the kick-off for this project. I wanted to keep this short and sweet and just a bit of an intro to the whole thing. I'm going to be getting into the nitty-gritty in the next few videos, such as having a bit of an inspection of this engine. I'm pretty confident it is mechanically sound, but also going over some of the modifications from the manual and what I'm going to be doing to actually strengthen the frame. There's not big mods to do to the frame, but there's some nice mods which just make it a bit more rigid and a bit more resilient to knocks and bangs, because obviously if it's a scrambler you don't want the frame bending, and it's only, I think, about 2-3 mm thick pressed steel. It's not the as one bit it's strong, the individual sections in some places you can bend quite easily, so yeah, it does need some strengthening in some places. But with that, I'm going to leave this video here as just as a taster as what's to come, and as always, keep safe and I shall see you soon.